So Odd One Out got exposed. I have no idea what for, but I saw this shit blowing up on Twitter, but I'm not sure if it was like an expose or allegations or whatever the fuck it is. I'm hoping it's some fun, like lighthearted drama, but it's not really it anymore. Drama these days is like, hey, this guy committed the crime. Then 5 months later, it's like, oh, he didn't commit a crime, but we all pretended he did. So he's still fucked up, right? I mean, internet drama these days is like rough. That's why I like Pokemon and Valkyrie drama, where it's like, oh, they're just stupid idiots. Let's see what Odds One Out did. I'm just praying this isn't like a rape video or some shit. Let's see what's going on.
For watching this video. Big thanks to everyone who worked on this video, made it possible.
Oh, look, he's hanging out with me. Oh, was that joke so bad it lied on the video?
So, about a month ago, it was revealed that famous YouTuber animator, TheOdd1sout's, whose real name is James, fired his entire animation team without, allegedly, a proper notice. But suddenly this news was revived again, along with multiple animators that work for James, revealing their situation after being let go. Anyways,
yeah, when you have a team that big for a company, which he is a company, you have to file an LLC. We can't hide behind the guise of being a YouTuber. When you have that many people whose livelihoods rely on you, proper notice is very important. So, barring extraneous circumstances.
Initial post that revealed the mass firing came from one of the animators on James's team, a user named Anti-Darkheart.
He hangs out with Hassan's girl. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm not gonna guilty by association somebody. I don't care.
Edgy. So, Anti-Darkheart worked on the backgrounds team for many of James's videos, and he revealed in this Discord post, so, the entire Odd1sout's team has been fired, which means my main source of income is gone. As y'all know, it's about to be the dreaded tax season, and we're about to move, so I'll be doing comms full time. From here on out, I'd like to ask a big favor from y'all to please boost my lovely coworkers' commissions to help support them as well. 2026 has started off as a rather perplexing year, but I believe we'll pull through. Fingers crossed. However, the message that follows afterwards is, it's kind of ridiculous.
What?
Hey y'all, don't be taking screenshots of this and posting it online. It's not anyone's business.
You posted it in a public Discord about drama with a content creator. Obviously, people are gonna post it somewhere else.
Whoever posted it on Reddit, please delete it. Yes. Hey guys, I know I just claimed a popular YouTuber fired me and his entire staff, and I know this sounds like juicy drama, but please don't make this public. You can't just drop some—
Brother, you made it public. Like, what the fuck? I hate motherfuckers like this. Oh my god. Oh, I never wanted drama. I didn't even say Odd1sout's name. Go fuck yourself. Lying motherfuckers, bro. These people wanted the smoke so bad. Then it got a little bit too much, and others like, well, I didn't know. Shut the fuck up.
Something like this. While
Hey, yeah, now we know why you got fired.
Adding your entire Discord server and then expect people to keep this info private.
Yep.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nope.
So the same person decided to private their Twitter account,
There it is.
probably to wait until the storm calms down.
Yep.
Anyways, here's my take.
Retard.
If James did in fact fire over 20 people without a proper notice, then yeah, that is a pretty dick move. Am I gonna pretend I'm deeply invested in the livelihoods of these animators?
No.
No, but I can still recognize asshole behavior when I see it. Obviously, just firing someone or even a whole staff of people doesn't make—
Are we really going to be surprised if another content creator turns out to be an asshole? I mean, I'll be real. You kind of have to be an asshole to survive in this fucking environment. Like, do you imagine how far you have to have your head up your own ass to think, yeah, I'm going to go live and thousands and millions of people are going to want to hear what I say? Like, you literally have to have such a huge ego for this industry. It's honestly hard to work on your ego while you are live in the space because you need it to thrive.
Make you inherently a terrible person, and that's part of the working world. If a business doesn't need you for some reason, then that's that. It's his business, and if he has other plans moving forward or can't afford his team anymore, then he shouldn't be forced to keep them so they can keep their jobs.
Yeah, but at least give him a 2 weeks notice, you know what I mean? It's kind of like industry standard.
That said, if James actually did fire 20 people he's worked with for years without a proper notice, then that is different, especially—
Once again, we're still speaking in vague terms. This has not been confirmed at all. Very important to not guilt Odds One Out for something that he did not do.
when these animators are relying on these jobs as their main source of income. The proper way is to give workers time to find other opportunities, knowing they'll be out of a job. I've seen way too many people online ignoring this distinction, like letting people go is the exact same as letting people go without any sort of warning. You also have people just being straight up dishonest. James should have given his employees some sort of notice before this happened, so he should have fired them sooner. Is that the point you're making? Yes, because as we know, giving someone a notice before termination means firing them on the spot, not giving them time to prepare for other sources of income. Good one. Before I give more of my take,
I don't know what the hell that dude was on about. Just a normal 2 weeks notice. Once again, still don't know if he didn't do that or not.
why don't we go ahead and see what the other animators that were let go have to say about the situation.
Sure.
An animator on James's assets team named Loveless Kia noted a month ago when the animators were let go, "Yesterday I lost my job. It was very abrupt. I was the breadwinner of my household and paid most of the bills. With this income, I no longer have. I'll be pivoting to commissions immediately, more proper with more typical options and such." And when the news of James allegedly letting people go without any sort of notice came back to light, she offered more
Bro, the artist community is such pussies. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you think VTuber fans and like gotcha fans are pussies? Bro, artist fans are like, oh my God, they're such pussies. It is crazy. Like, it's crazy, dude. Let's say like he did fire him without notice. Yeah, sure, he's an asshole. But at the end of the day, you also have to realize like he is a independent company, that's important to distinct, where his required work, you can't market in a linear fashion. It's very sporadic. So even if James, if I can call him that, were to have given him 2 weeks notice, if James had no inspiration to make a video, they wouldn't have lost any money. All of these editors, all of these animators are saying that they've been properly compensated, but were let go. So it's not like James robbed them of any money. So in my opinion right now, you can call him a dick, but he's not a bad guy for this.
Yes, this was my job with the Odd Ones Out, since this is pretty public knowledge now. Yes, this was my primary income.
But like these people are part of the art community are like, oh my God, you used AI, you should kill yourself. Oh my God, you hired this artist for an image of dick butt and it took him 5 minutes. You should at least tip them $500. They're insane. They are literally out of their fucking mind. Guys, if you think streamers are up their own ass, holy fuck, just wait till you work with a fucking artist. Oh my God, it's such a miserable experience 99 times out of 100. Thankfully, the ones that I work with for, my channel, they're very nice and they're very understanding. But a lot of them on Twitter, especially ones that have a little bit of clout, they're so irritating to work with.
I worked 30 to 35 hours weekly for the channel, so the sudden layoff was pretty devastating, to say the least. I am very open for consistent illustration or asset work. David Toons, who was part of the 2D animation team, stated, "So yes, I was part of the Odd Ones Out retiring team, but I am doing just fine. I still have plenty of animation jobs under my wing, and I ask you to support all the other artists and animators on James's team. Retweet their portfolios, demo reels, commission pages, etc."
I'm sorry, bro. You could not waterboard the fact that I hired this guy to fucking work for me. Y'all can't even see this fucking guy. Chat, what the fuck is that? Are we hiring gay furries? David Toons? More like David Troons. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is that profile picture? Absolutely not. Weird as fuck.
Viscuvania, who was part of the assets team, claimed, "I am getting a lot of questions about the odds out situation. Please understand that I am just as lost as you guys are with why exactly he dropped the entire team on a whim. We were left with little to nothing to go off of. We had no idea this would happen. We were not given any heads up about his decision, and neither was anything alluding towards it. We don't know what's up, and I'd really appreciate it if you do not direct the blame on the team for any of James's decisions." And now, based on the wordage and phrasing from both of these animators, along with Jess, they're all claiming, or at least implying, James let them go without much notice, and are still just as unsure towards why they're out of a job as everyone else. Anti-Darkheart and David Toons both made it clear they will not be answering any more questions about the matter, which again kind of indicates they're just as much in the dark as everyone else. And David Toons even went as far as letting everyone know he's not under some sort of non-disclosure agreement that would prevent him from revealing what happened. He genuinely just doesn't know. It seems like he doesn't want to drag drag James's name through the mud any more so than necessary. And many of the animators seem to not have any ill will towards James, despite claiming they were let go out of a whim. For the record, I do not condone any kind of harassment or hate sent James's way. It is what it is. What is worth mentioning, though, is that these animators could all be freelance workers and not full-time employees within James's business, meaning the freelance animators were just hired for independent work, such as YouTube videos. What I'm trying to say is that this could be a situation where these animators weren't necessarily fired, but were more so told
that we no longer require your services, which is very different.
Well, they wouldn't be rehired for any more future projects. It might sound like semantics bullshit, but only—
No, it's very different. It is very different. With consistent freelance opportunities versus you are going to provide this much work on this day for this many hours. It's a very different scenario. And all of these artists should have been spreading their wings their entire time. Every editor that I have works for other editors, right? Like Long Domu works for like 8 different content creators. Dog, you have to expect shit like this.
Having a set contract for certain projects and not being hired back for a new contract is different from being fired as a full-time employee without a notice. With that set contract, there is a date where you know you could possibly lose your job. There is already an understanding that there's a chance you might not be rehired. Another contract isn't necessarily guaranteed for freelance workers, while being a full-time employee is considered more secure. That said, I don't know for sure if these animators were full-time employees under James or freelance workers. I would say most likely the latter, based on the direction some of these animators are going after being let go. And regardless, many of these animators, like Anti-Darkheart, who made the Discord post, have been working for James for over 4 years. Even a lead animator that worked on 54 of James's videos was given the boot. So even if the animation team was made up of entirely freelance work, getting booted out of nowhere after that long of service for the same business is kind of bullshit, because the expectations for a new contract are a bit different. As far as why James let his animators go, that's his business. Some believe it's because he can't afford an animation team that large due to his viewership and overall.
Let's double check that here real quick. I will say the Odd Ones Out cannot be making that much money. Unless his merch line is crazy. So based on his views, he has 20 million subscribers, and that looks very good. He's averaging around 25 million views a month, which is only 8 million higher than me. However, actually, no, his content is quite long form. If I were to guesstimate off of his views, he should be making somewhere in the range off of just YouTube videos, somewhere in the range of $40,000 to $50,000 a month is what I would guesstimate. And I would be very, very confident on that, somewhere between 40 and 50 grand. So monetarily, he is doing very good. However, the other thing is Odd Ones Out is a content creator. And content creators' lifespans are very short, so they have to make their money while they can and then live off that for the rest of their lives. So he's probably just gonna pull back on YouTube, focus more on merch and business deals, and try to save money where he can. That way he can retire at like 30, because you normally have to. Oh, we got an update from the Odd Ones Out. What the hell? There's been some discussion online about changing my team, and I want to clear a few things up. We still have an animation team, and the artists working on future projects will continue to be credited in the videos that we're making. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of really talented freelance artists, freelancers on a project-by-project basis, depending on the needs of the video. My team size has always fluctuated. Freelance creative work often shifts as projects evolve, and right now I'm working on scaling the team to focus more on condensed roles. Makes sense, so he's getting rid of the fluff. Last year, despite having a sizable team, we only released 3 videos. This made it clear I need to seriously rework my production process. Let's double check that. Did he actually only make 3 videos last year? So he made 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he only made 3 videos in a whole year. I think that is more than reasonable to downsize your team. This was never a reflection of anyone's talent or the work they did. Many of these people helped build the channel up here for the time, creativity, and effort they put into the projects. It was not an easy thing to do. I had a one-on-one conversation with every artist involved and a face-to-face conversation with everyone locally. There's not some cold and sensitive breakup text. Some of the artists I've worked with have been part of the channel for a long time because I try to handle these changes in the most respectful way possible. Provided severance packages to all full-time freelancers. That wasn't something I planned on sharing publicly, but since the situation has already been brought online, I feel like it's important that all details are understood. I've been frustrated to see the situation described online in a way that makes us feel look hostile when I try my best to make sure my artists were taken care of. Yes, firmly on the side of Odd Ones Out here. I believe a lot of these artists were oversensitive. They blew shit up that didn't need to be blew up, and he got a lot of shit for absolutely no reason. Welcome to the internet. That's why I told the artist community, you know, they're fucking babies. They are. Well, not like Jeffrey Epstein, but they're childish. Anyways, I feel like Odd Ones Out, there's nothing wrong here. My opinion.